Guess who's back? We're back working on the second deck. I've already explained why I've got a second deck. If you're going to ask now, go back to the first video and find out why. But long story short, what's better than one deck? Two decks. Why have I done two decks? Because I'm an idiot. So in the last video, I showed you how building the deck. As it stands now, it's great, it's perfectly usable. We've been sitting on it all day, every day, enjoying this lovely view. But we've got one little hiccup in our genius plan. How do we even get to it? So you can see here. So here's the first deck, and there's the second deck. Now, I want to wake up in the morning, come out the French doors, walk onto deck number one, think, oh, this isn't quite good enough, and walk up to the second deck. But we've got a railing in the way, and we've got no stairs. See, I could walk down here, walk on all the leaves I've not cleared up yet from autumn, even though it's middle of summer, walk up here and access it that way. But that's too much work. I'm a lazy man, and I want things easy. So my genius plan is remove the rail that I spent a long time building and make some sleeper steps. And what are sleeper steps, you're asking? I don't know yet, I need to figure it out still. But basically, we're gonna have some big chunky steps up to the second deck so we can make this house even less kid-friendly, because the second deck doesn't have any rail, it's gonna be surrounded by plants and etc, whatever. We don't have kids and we don't care. So let's get building the steps. Okay, I jumped the gun a little bit. We need to remove the railing first. So these posts are actually post-created into the ground. They're like supporting posts. So we need to cut them flush with the deck somehow and try not to leave it looking shit. Whatever, we'll get to that in a bit. Step one, let's cut it down. I'll try and find a tool that can do that. So let's think it through. We use a circular saw, it's gonna leave a gap. We could use a reciprocating saw, but I don't have one. We could also use a chainsaw, but I feel like that's gonna make a mess. So I'm still thinking it through. I think for now, I'm just gonna cut it off with a circular saw and worry about it after. Probably not the best idea, but I wanna get started. So let's see how shit this goes. Fucking wall's in the way. Feels like she wants to go. That's one. And we're off. Cool. Right, rail's gone. So let's start figuring out the steps. Let me talk you through my plan. Okay, so new problem, sort of. This is going to get in the way of the sleeper, so I need to get them level now. And I think I've come up with a good idea where I'll cut lots of grooves into it and then just knock it off with a hammer, same you would do notching something out. I can't think, apart from a multi-tool. Is that a good idea? Actually, I'm going to try the multi-tool first. Let's see how this pile of shit does. That sounds great, that. Oh, I wish I was dead. Fucking wasps everywhere. Right, go away. Right, I've killed it. 22-degree heat cutting through a post, killed it. And I expected so much of my Decton Power multi-tool. Oh well. Right, we're ready for some steps. So, that one looks like absolute dog shit, and that one looks pretty good. So, I think what I've learned is get a good multi-tool, which I'll just have to get a DeWalt battery power one, because everything I've got is DeWalt. So let's start laying out the sleepers for the deck. Just so happened to be, it was the best song in the world. Ooh, yeah. Okay, so this will be the first step. So I just need to try and cut it in so it sort of matches the walls. So this one where it meets here, I might try and cut a slight angle into it. I know it's not going to match perfectly, but and then here, I'll just cut it straight to there and we can screw them together then. And then I'll screw it to the deck, and that is the front of the first step. So I'll cut it but not screw it into place, and then I'll show you how I'm going to measure the sleeper boxes that are going to make up the steps. Hopefully it makes sense. Right, this could end terribly, but I'm going to try anyway. Sun don't shine and he said. Right, I've got to try and cut this above two wasps. Please fuck off. Right, and that was the easy one. Right, handsaw. Oh, I did it. Okay, not bad, not bad. Okay, let's get the angle on this, and then we are good. Right, cut this down, we've got the first step. Okay, so now I'm going to try and attempt to show you how to calculate the rise and the depth of it. So we need a straight edge of whatever. So basically the bottom of this is how high the second deck is off the first deck. So this is what you'd measure if you're going to measure a rise and run. So that's 77 centimetres high from there, and our sleepers are 20 centimetres each. We can get 3 in and the last step will be a little bit less, but I don't think it's going to be noticeable, which should be pretty perfect. So now what we need to do is measure the length. Let's try and get that flat on that. So that's the distance from the first step, which is pretty much 90 centimetres. We need 90 centimetres divided by 3. Oh my God, I'm an idiot. Okay, 30 centimetres. So each box is going to be 30 centimetres. Let's measure how wide we want these steps. Around 80 looks good. Right, so let's cut the first side pieces so I can start showing you what I mean. Okay, so we're going for 30 centimetres. Treated stuff gums up your circular saw pretty quick, so don't force it, let it do its thing. Nice little 30 block. So block number 1, it's going to go like that. One there, screw it all together, next one goes on top. Easy peasy. Okay, so, right, sit rep. I am hot out here. Anyway, so we have the first sleeper and we have 2 side pieces. One sleeper will fit on perfectly to make it 20 centimetre depth. I'll show you in the next step, but it's looking pretty cool. And the idea is we'll fill these up with gravel. Looking good. Right. And there we have the first step, and you can sort of see how it's going to go. So basically just replicate this until the last one is attached to this. Looking good. So it's a bit rinse and repeat from now on, so I'll just set up the time lapse and I'll reconvene with you once I've cut them all out. Okay, I am burnt to a crisp. Right, the framing is done. Let me show you where we're up to now and what's left to go. Okay, so in brief, we're going to put another planter on top of here, which will then sort of angle down to meet with the stairs. So it means that this bit will be a nice big bed. Then we're going to put some siding on the side of the stairs because there are still some gaps, so we need it to be buried so we can fill it with MOT and gravel so we can have nice gravel stairs. And all of this will just be nice flower beds. Next up, fill it with MOT, gravel, whatever I'm going to do. And then the stairs will be done. Well, then add the other sleeper. And then we're done and we can sit and enjoy the deck. And then Kate can get on with the gardening because I know shit all about plants. So join us for the next one where we'll be doing the rest of that, and we need to stain the whole thing at some point, but I don't know whether that'll be in the next video. This is just one of many jobs that we've got to do. Still got to do the greenhouse up here, which is a separate video. We've also got plans for a sauna and a cold plunge. Well, 2 cold plunge tubs with its own decking. We're going decking mad, don't judge us, whatever. We're also finishing off the ponds, the fire pit. Anyway, too many projects to list, which will all have their own videos. But the biggest series that is coming up is my workshop series, which I'm going to build a full woodworking workshop from scratch and hopefully start my own woodworking business from that. So you'll be able to see the whole journey from literally a pile of mud to actually a full working workshop where I'm going to start making indoor and outdoor furniture. So stay tuned for that, and thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.